Welcome to the Rookies. This is a weekly stream where a Jump Rangers actual play stream where we meet up with Liz Ransdell and Buster the Destroyer and we play some Jump Rangers. The reason the show is called the Rookies is because this is Liz and Buster's first ever Jump Rangers campaign. If we keep going after the story's over, we might have to rename the stream and get some new rookies. So, before we get started, Buster, do you want to tell the world what's going on in your life and where they can partake?
Yeah, I'm Buster Destroyer. I play a lot of Star Citizen on Twitch. You can find me at twitch.tv/Buster the Destroyer. All one word, no spaces, no gaps, no nothings. And you can see it right below me right there too if you need it. But yeah, my thing lately has been that character creator in Star Citizen. I mean, I've been saying that for a while, like for that while it was an EPTU, but now that it's a live patch, I'm kind of I'm running like a contest right now where whoever makes the best one of me will win a ship of their choice from my giveaway hanger on the website. Because like CIG has always been kind and gives me a bunch of ships to give away, so I have it'll be like whatever I have there is your choice. So it's been pretty. We've only had like 3 or 4 official entries, but they've been it's tight. Like it's gonna be hard to pick between them. It really is. Like I might have to get my community to help me pick because I'm gonna have a hard time picking.
That's
Because
fun.
they're so good so far. So yeah, but anyway, doing that. So and I'm also just making everybody's face in the game constantly. So I've been doing some of my fellow Star Citizen streamers lately here, like Detox. Or actually, I'm gonna do Detox today. I did Loca plays. I did HC Vertigo a while back, but then the other day I also did Zero State because somebody suggested it. So it's been really fun. Character Citizen is my new gameplay loop.
Liz Ransdell, you have some pretty exciting news today.
Yeah, it's the last couple days of the Kickstarter. I mean, it's fully funded and they're definitely going out. So if anyone hadn't placed an order and wanted to, now's the time to do it because now you're assured your goods. The stuff's already at the printer, and we're just trying to fill out those last few hours. I think it ends technically at 7 a.m. on Wednesday.
Okay.
So we're down to the minute on these, and it's kind of exciting, especially because we got to do some of the big boy stuff, like, an alternate cover and some original art. So, not feeling quite so noob about it, now that we've got one under our belts.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
While I've got you here, just because this is what we're talking about, please take a moment, let everybody know, just because this might be somebody's first stream, let them know what the book is actually about.
Oh, yeah. Alice is a story about a return from Wonderland. We've got an Alice who is not the original, who is now, at the moment, trapped in the real world because her land of whimsy has gone dark and she's being hunted. So she escaped to a city that is very much like Portland, and has found herself some weird people to take her under their wing already, but the monsters followed her too. So Alice needs to figure out what she's going to do, and she's feeling a little lost at the moment, if she's going to be able to fight back against whatever is haunting her, or if she's going to disappear like her mother and her grandmother did. So we're excited to find out what Alice does next, and I am already working on, I'm already finishing scripts 2 and 3. So after this, we will do a 2-book set.
Metropolis? Was this something you came up with together? What was the initial process?
This was definitely one of my ideas, but it was sort of it was the formation of Studio Metropolis. Atlas and I had been making the webtoon. My boyfriend is a shark. mbfias.com, and that had been going for a while, and we still do that. It's free, and we still do it weekly when we aren't really really slammed. But I had this idea for a comic, and I asked him if he was interested in drawing it, and he was all the way on board. And about I don't know, maybe a month or two after he got the script, he said, I feel like we should just do this. We should just be a studio. And so we actually went to our first con together last March to Emerald City and pitched it.
Hmm.
And we got turned down by someone who said they didn't do horror, even though what we do is so like barely even makes the cut for horror, but they
Yeah.
don't want to produce horror because they think everyone's producing horror. So that was when we sort of decided instead what we would do is use our pitch to start our Kickstarter. And we, took care of everything else, got ourselves a colorist and a letterer, paid them up front so that by the time we got to Kickstarter, this story about this girl who is on the adventure of her life or death, is completely finished and just needed money for the printers. We've worked for free for 18 months to get this done, and this is really the foundation of Studio Metropolis. We wanted to make sure we started from day one in a place where people who help us get paid their due and get taken care of, and that
Yep.
we don't become another nightmare story
Exploitation.
about the industry.
Yeah, yeah,
hmm
yeah. Yep. I've been
Yeah,
doing
so
some.
we're
Yes, I know that game
yeah,
very
so we're
well.
super excited about it because of that, because we feel like we're able to do it the right way, and we've been so successful doing it the right way.
Congratulations and
Thanks.
job well done. I've it's that's been one of my goals with Jump Rangers as well. Everything that Federico has done up until this point in terms of concept art is something that he's been compensated for. I didn't want to owe anybody anything
hmm
when we get to the point where we're rolling this tabletop role playing game off the presses. I want to be free and clear, like you said, pay for the printing. Um, and I will talk to you about this later, but I actually have potentially a new source of income. Knock on
That's
wood.
awesome.
Yeah, which will help move that all forward. Um,
Awesome.
and there's some timing stuff in there that's relevant to some things you and I have been talking about, so I will follow up with you. But congratulations. I'm very
Thank you.
excited to check out the book. I still haven't placed my order. I'm expecting a check in the next day, so hopefully it'll work out. If not, I will buy a book from you at some point for sure.
That would be lovely, and I'll make sure I've got some too, you know?
So, when last we left Bam Bam and Ripper, you had you had landed a Valhalla on the infested surface of Lumina, planet Lumina, and had made good your escape covered in bug poop.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
I remember.
And trekked to kind of a loom made cliff, architectural cliff, which is not crumbling under your feet, but which is certainly in disrepair. Um, and looked out across the horizon with the massive hives belching mist into the air and the spore wasps buzzing overhead and all kinds of other threats to your survival, and picked up a transmission, if you recall, from someone named Gertrude Weiss of Lost Base, explaining that she and the other colonists were alive and that if any jump rangers were hearing this, that they needed help, and not to return the transmission, but instead to try and find um, specifically um, a safe place to broadcast and then return signal on this frequency so that they can tell you where to meet.
Right.
Um, and I believe receiving that transmission was it was almost where we ended. You spent a good amount of time after that transmission explaining to golly, and I gone and forget.
Almost Big Mouth.
Yeah, almost Big Mouth.
Big Mouth
Oh
Plus.
yes, I'm trying to remember this. Lux. Trying to explain to Lux why this is important, and eventually you manage to appeal to Lux's self-interest and their sense of survival. But you are still coming up hard against the wall of narcissism that is Lux's cultural conditioning. Not clear if Lux is actually a dyed-in-the-wool narcissist or if he's a sociopath, but he's not. He's not in good faith. That's for sure.
He's not feeling the cooperative vibe all that much.
No, not even sure that there is such a thing. Not even convinced that people are people at this point. But that's where Bam Bam's negotiation skills become so important. So, does anybody have any questions about where things are before we pick off? I also do not remember offhand what um, virtues you are chasing down. Do you?
I do.
You
Well,
do?
I don't remember Bam Bam's,
What was yours?
but I remember Bam Bam was close.
Yeah, I have
Bam
one
Bam.
more.
Yep.
Yep.
Do you know
I
what
bet
it
if I
was? Do you know what it was, Buster?
did not write it down, I feel stupid. Gosh.
What virtues do you have right now?
I mean, I have cool because that's the last one I'd earned before.
Yes.
I have cool. I have assertive, focused.
It was something along the lines of competent.
Okay, and before we like, I'm pretty sure that's like
Oh, it
we're
was patient. It was along the line of patient because
thank
mine
you. It
was
was.
Yep.
It
mine
was
was confidence
patience.
or
It was
bravery.
patience.
Yep.
Patience is a virtue, as they say. Yes. Yes. Yes.
And yours is brave, Liz?
Yep.
Have you done anything brave yet, or are you 1 out of 3?
Wait,
Or
I'm 2 away. I'm still 2 away.
you're 2
I
away?
managed 1 successful roll.
Okay, great. Okay. Patient and brave. Anything else that we need to talk about before we get this thing rolling?
No.
No. Okay.
It sounds like we got to get rolling on the where we need to be next.
Yep. So, just to make things a little bit easy here, I'm going to have Big Mouth see if they can't find a place where making a transmission would be, feasible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Making a transmission on planet Lumina right now that isn't detected by the Lume is going to be difficulty 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Barely. So, Big Mouth points to a what looks like a massive um, hill of structural. This whole planet is built over. Very little of it is naturally exposed terrain at this point. And as we discussed before, it's not necessarily built over in an unplanned way. But in general, in Jump Rangers, you see a lot more domes than towers. So there's big apple-looking spheroid shape off to the horizon that's supported, and as you get sort of the top part of it is all encased in metal. A lot of that metal is being eaten through by spore wasps. Um, but the bottom part of it is more sort of exposed infrastructure, so it becomes more textural as you get out of from under the shell, almost like a jellyfish just landed in the middle of this city, and then that jellyfish is being eaten out from the top. So there's spore wasps gutting it, and Lux says, "We can transmit from over there."
All right. What does he mean? What do they mean by over there? Like that area that you just described? That's
Or
crazy looking.
specifically that
Yeah.
structure?
Yes.
All right. Well,
there won't be as
They're
many
probably
detection bugs because it has already been detected.
Oh,
what's our okay.
great.
Let's just take it slow, steady, easy, smart. But we also we were also negotiating with Lux about like getting these people later too. So
You had convinced Lux, as I recall, of the importance of
okay,
doing so.
Yes, that it was at least that they would be useful in saving bark.
Spark.
Is that right?
Um,
Yes.
it was it was it was more that these people had a plan for surviving and Lux didn't.
Ah,
It's where
yeah,
makes sense that that's what won the fight.
yeah, and also they may know something that we don't, that y'all don't. Like I guess I would have pointed out to him too. Like they may know things about getting around here that we could use
Mhm.
that you don't even know because you didn't know we were here.
Yep.
You didn't know our people was here. So
Yep.
we're better at this than you. So yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah. Um being
Yep.
undetected is the human way
Yep.
sometimes.
Well, it is in
But
this universe. That's for sure.
yeah. But yeah, so definitely so that's what we're going to do first, right? We're going to go to that.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, we were trying to okay, right. We were trying to transmit. Okay. Sorry.
No
I
worries.
mentally had to catch up what's to everything. There we go.
So, who wants to be responsible for leading the team as quietly as possible?
Well,
I do have stealth and traversal
Good.
yeah, I think you would be
and far seeing.
you're the pathfinder here.
Okay. What is
Uh,
your body?
3.
Okay.
That would be the downside.
Yes.
I'll help her
Okay. Okay.
just because, like I guess in the like if she's finding the paths and I'm the one spotting the issues, then the obstacles quicker than her, maybe the physical
Oh,
stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm
that
trying to
works.
contextualize it with the body thing.
I am a small master of avoidance. That
I,
is
I just
all I
pick you
am.
up on the back of your shirt, your suit once in a while when you're about to
Mhm.
step on something.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's how I apply
I
the
could use
body
that.
into
I
it.
could use that on a
Okay.
daily.
All right.
Ah!
So we'll do this. We'll do this with Liz rolling first, and then we'll have Buster make a roll
Okay.
that hopefully will amplify. So Liz, so you have 3 dice of body. You have
Yep.
stealth. You have traversal. You have basic training. What else do you have that helps you here?
Stealth traversal. I'm still not 100% sure what far seeing covers.
You are allowed to be. Um, you are allowed to be interpretive in this
Okay,
game. So
then
it's
far
not.
seeing
Yep,
as well as smart and possible. Well,
that's
I
fine.
don't know if curious. Curious?
No, but psychic.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, I do have psychic.
Okay.
So yeah, and that's it. And then basic, of course.
So you are
So
rolling.
that's
You are rolling into a target of
5.
7. Is that right?
Okay.
Um,
Alrighty.
and you have 3 dice. So avoid the 8s.
4.
4 victories. Great.
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. 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 Gotcha.
4, 4,
Yeah.
6,
Okay.
3.
Well, you
Wait,
have three
no.
dice.
Yeah, I have 3 dice. So
So you had
ends in
three
6.
victories.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ripper just starts heading off into the horizon. You're ready, um, Bam Bam, to sort of pick Ripper up if things get testy. But Ripper seems to know what they're doing.
Yeah, Ripper seems to
And
be okay.
you hike for about almost an hour across the ridge line, staying low,
Hmm.
covered in Katha. And as you start nearing the um, the dome, and it starts towering above you, you can actually hear the sound of rending metal and also the vibrations from the wings of these massive spore wasps. These wasps are the size of fighter jets,
Right.
and their wings are moving as fast as they need to make something like that fly. So the air is convulsing, and
Yeah, it's like a hummingbird, but like on a huge scale.
yes, it's a kaiju. It's a kaiju hummingbird, and and Ipiluni is making kaiju noises in the background. Nobody can hear, but we have we have kaiju sound effects. We're all very high
Hmm.
tech here at Jump Rangers. So you can feel not just the vibrations of the air, but of this metal structure as these wasps come and just tear chunks of it out. And then they drop these chunks down, and there's a whole sort of cluster of spore bugs down at the base of this thing, just kind of eating all the things that are being fed to them by these wasps. And you head up inside and eventually reach a high level. There's there's no windows here, but there comes a point where um, you're climbing up the interior of this. It's not a
Dome.
stair; it's a lift tube. You know,
Yeah.
um, with your grappling cables, and finally you hear from Big Mouth that we can transmit from here.
Okay.
We shouldn't be detected. So,
Okay. So.
who wants to get on
I
the
hope
horn?
I sure hope Lux is sneakier than Big Mouth. I'm just saying.
Um, Lux is taking your lead in all of this. Lux is
Thank
Yeah.
not
thank
sneaky.
goodness.
The thing about the Loom is, and this is something you would know from personal experience, they don't need to sneak. They just have no.
Right.
They have no
Right.
like. There's if if they are going to experience opposition in any given environment, they're like the British.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just march on you. Like.
I have to say Lex has shown some level of insight in how curious they let themselves be about people and how much enjoyment they seem to get from like possessing Big Mouth. Clearly
Yeah.
they were enjoying this experience on a selfish level. Saying.
But not
Yeah.
necessarily copying to that.
Yeah.
No, but it's there. You see it.
I see. I see.
Mhm.
I'm pleased that I've delivered a nuanced performance to the extent that
Yeah. So yeah, so once we're able to transmit, I mean, we'll go ahead and like get that ready to go,
5, 6,
you know,
yep, 7, 8.
and whatever like the protocol things you say back to somebody that sent that kind of message, obviously we'd start with that, like protocol, blah blah blah, like proving that we're jump rangers, right? There's probably some
Oh,
kind of
that's
code
true. I would
system.
not have thought of that.
I don't think that jump rangers necessarily need to prove that they are who they say they are because,
Because it's obvious just because they're managed to
like,
get
Yeah.
there.
yeah, why is there a kid on the radio? Like,
Yeah.
like,
Because we're smart like that.
yeah, if
Yeah. So I just kind of get on the horn. I'm like, this is, once we've got whatever whatever protocol there might be,
mhm.
just a regular radio protocol too. Just say, hey, this is Jump Ranger Bam Bam and what's the it's Ripper and sorry, everybody's names. And Big Mouth. We're nearby. We're here on a mission, but we heard your transmission. We've gotten to a safe location in which we can transmit from, but we still want to keep it short. What can we do? Where are you? All that. Give us the relevant information.
so, uh, not not just a few moments later.
Over.
Yep.
Forgot that. Over.
So moments later, your radio cat crackles. This is Governor Weiss. Over. Did you say? Did you? Is there someone transmitting on this frequency?
Yes, over.
These are the Jump Rangers. Over.
Yes, over.
Oh, oh.
I
Yes,
think we
Just go say
please,
over.
yes. Yes. Hang on, stand by. You hear rustling papers. All
They've been
kinds
there
of like,
so long.
what's that? Yeah.
I just look at Lux. I'm like, they have a whole lifestyle here.
Yeah,
This is good for us. But they got to get out of here. They can't
You,
stay here.
I have a set of coordinates for a safe rendezvous. Over. Stand by to receive. Over.
Standing by. Over.
You get in your data deck, you receive a set of coordinates, you receive a map from where you are.
Mm.
Yes, you are right. We want to keep this short. I will be at those coordinates. Please try not to be tracked there. There are small bugs on this planet that detect food sources and anomalies. So don't get distracted by the big bugs. If the small bugs are following you, they know where you are and they will attract bigger bugs with pheromones. Please be careful with spore locusts.
We're covered in their poop. We're good.
Was
Over.
We're sending. I'm on my way personally. I'll be there with scouts in 2 hours.
Excellent. Okay, I don't know how long it'll take us, but we'll see you.
Over and out.
I don't know yet. I haven't reviewed the information. Kind of hanging off the side. Over. Bye.
All right.
Okay, so look, review the information. What's the general like walk? What after
Well,
a general assessment.
so you have noticed that um, there's two hives in this immediate vicinity. That makes things complicated. Obviously, there's a lot to digest on this planet, so it's not terrifically surprising that they
Right.
have hives everywhere. But you're going to see a lot of activity. Every hive has a spawning pool. So the fact is, there's going to be a lot of bugs. Um, and you don't necessarily know where their efforts are concentrated. So there's going to be a little bit of trial and error here. Um,
Yeah.
but it reasonably could take you an hour and a half to get there.
Okay.
So it's not impossible if you don't encounter too much resistance that yet you're going to be perfectly fine. Are there any particular strategies or thoughts on and it's the safe spot is at the base of one of these cliffs. So
Okay.
you're gonna be climbing back down, but not in the same direction that you were before.
Right.
You are also getting a little bit further away from your destination, but it's
Which I assume Lux will be a little bit concerned about. But
but
they may, but again, I point out to Lux, they may have back doors into places we don't know about. Um, or they may have methods to deal with this with something that we need to deal with. And also, he's going to do what we want now
you got a really good
because
roll on your last Lux contingency.
yeah.
You
But we'll keep it timely. Like I kind of reassure like Lux, like we'll try to keep this as timely as possible. Like we're gonna figure this out so we can get your thing done quickly. But we have to take care of this.
This is
And
going to help us
so
get an escape route. This is going to
yeah,
get us our escape route. We're just going around a bit to make getting out that much easier and faster.
yeah. So basically I'll suggest that we basically just like I have Lux look over where the coordinates are, the safe zone, because maybe Lux knows something about those areas that we don't.
let me see. That's a good question.
Because I mean, if Lux knows like what's going on here, Lux might be able to detect something we don't
6, 7,
detect,
8, 9, 10. Let's see.
or might have information about getting there quicker.
Yep. 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1, 5. Okay. Um, I did review data on the architecture of Luminous City before departing my home battery, but Luminous City has fallen into disrepair, and those diagrams are no longer accurate. So theoretically, there are power systems crisscrossing the city, which could be used for transportation. Any high traffic, uh, any high traffic resource network inevitably will be food for the spore. So I am uncertain as to their usefulness.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, why don't we try to route this? Why don't we try to surmise what we think is the safest route and take that for now, based on what activity we do see out of the bugs, just like, with our eyes,
Even
with
if
our
it's not the
instruments.
Okay.
fastest, we should probably really
Like,
be
I don't
careful.
mind. I don't mind getting there like right at 2 hours or even like 2.5. Just make
Yep.
them wait for a few minutes, but I don't want to make them wait for more than like a full like hour after they've arrived, because
Because they
that
might
puts them in
not.
and that puts them in greater danger. Obviously, the longer they're exposed, depending on what the safe location is. But I assume they would pick something relatively safe. So,
Luminous City
um,
was originally built for organic beings. Most of the organic resources are fallen into neglect, but they are well built and might be the safest method of
intact.
traversal. They would also be less
Which means
likely
there's physically that means there's should be good physical tunnels or spaces, roads that
deep enough in the
can
city.
hold us.
I wouldn't be surprised if our people are holed up in the remnants of that,
Yep.
because it would suit them.
Mhm. That is reasonable.
All right, let's do that.
All right. So is Lux helping plot a course?
Yeah, yeah. Lux will 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lux will go ahead and make a roll for you. Oh my gosh.
What?
Not a great roll.
Does he need help?
What is help?
It's when
Lux
you.
Lux stands
It's
there.
when you.
Lux stands there for a moment,
It's when
and
we cover your shortcomings.
Yeah,
I have no shortcomings. Follow me.
but you.
Lux.
Wait. Stop. Look,
Lux,
stop. Look. This is what help is. It's when you use the perspective of another person or the abilities of another person or being, whatever, to like assist you in achieving a goal. And then because like you've collectively like worked together, you usually come out with a greater outcome than you originally could have created by yourself, right? So like if you and Spark worked on something together, wouldn't you likely have better results than and quicker results than when if you worked separate of each other?
No,
Why?
because there is a superior perspective and an inferior perspective. The superior perspective is the most efficient perspective.
Okay, that's like super binary, and I need you to like really get non-binary with me here.
No,
Okay, pal.
no.
Like we're just gonna walk, like
we
do this,
we have
walk and talk about this. I don't want to like spend all the time just explaining it, but I
all right.
like
Let's.
Are you gonna follow
okay.
Lux?
Worried about following Lux now.
That's
A
fair.
little bit. A little bit.
Lux, stop for a second. Like just how about I just do it and then you'll understand where I'm coming from, okay? So how about I just do the thing called help with you real fast.
We
And
have learned.
then maybe you'll understand better. Maybe I'm just not explaining it well and maybe there's not there maybe we're having like a bit of a
You are proposing an
difficulty
adding
here.
experiment.
adding to a
Yes.
superior
Proposing
outlook does tend to produce even better results.
If the perspective
look,
is perfect, there can be no improvement.
I can't believe you Lux Lux Lux. One day we're gonna watch this thing that I'm gonna find it. I know there's bits of it out there. It's this thing called Star Trek, and The Borg would blow your mind because you are the opposite. But that's interesting. Anyway, so let's do this, Lux. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna propose this experiment, as you called it. Like, let's try this experiment really fast before
But
we
this experiment serves no purpose.
It serves the purpose of bettering our path, the path that lies ahead of us, and making. If you let me review some of the data, maybe I can better identify some caches and some holes that people like us would likely hide in than you understand. You're not looking for the same patterns as me.
Make a heart check. What's your
Heart
heart?
check. Okay, what's the order?
It's the heart's the second one down. Body, heart, mind, and
So
spirit.
I have a 4 heart.
Okay.
Heart.
Okay.
And this applies to patience. I think I'd be very patient in trying to explain what help is
Yes.
to
Yes.
Lux.
Okay. What do
So
you
I didn't
have?
realize that, like, it kind of blows my mind that he didn't understand the concept of it. I'm like, no wonder we've been having all these issues with Lux. Like, ah. So yeah, so out of my abilities, you know, I have basic,
Yep.
I have strategy, I
Give
have
that to you.
I'm trying to remember. I know I have combat.
No.
I know I have. Yeah, that one doesn't really apply. I'm trying to remember. I don't have my. I still haven't
You're
gotten my
regular, right?
sheet.
You're a regular?
Mm-hmm.
Improviser.
Yeah. Wait, are you a regular too? I know
You're,
I am, but are
you're the
you?
regular. Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
What's the
Yeah.
regular?
Bam Bam's. It's what core are you in? Your fight core?
Oh yeah, I'm fight
Yeah, she's
core.
fight
Okay.
core. That's right.
Okay. So 2.
And then I know I have piloting. I don't know. I can't think of anything else that would apply and that I know of that I have. But what I have with the virtues, of course, is assertive, focused,
Yep.
and cool. I think I'm being pretty all three right at this point.
This isn't the coolest. You've got 4. You've got a
This
target of
isn't the
4.
coolest.
Um,
Yeah. But trying to, like, this is very patient moment for me.
yes, it is. Is this something? What is Ripper's stance on this conversation? Are you feeding
Yeah.
Bam Bam lines, or are you holding back on this one?
I think this needs to be a group effort, honestly.
Okay.
I'm a little worried and I'm getting tired because my legs are only so long.
Okay.
So,
Bam Bam, are you willing to sacrifice a die for help from Ripper?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, so you've got 4 so far. Ripper, you have basic training. That's 5.
oh, hold on. Let me pull up my. All right. This is travel, so I still think traversal counts.
Yep.
Yeah.
6.
Stealth definitely counts.
7.
Does that mean that psychic counts?
Yep. 8. That's 7 plus 1.
And smart.
7 plus 2. Okay. Roll your 3 dice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to roll mine. 2,
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. Okay. So you have
All right, I
3
got
automatic.
it.
You have 3 automatic victories.
Yay. So I rolled 3 dice and
Yep.
I got 5,
Uh-huh.
4,
Uh-huh.
and 7.
Okay. Great. you can see you can see you, you can see like so basically like you have Ripper helping you. You're standing there trying to
Look at
fight
all this little,
through
yeah,
basically the cognitive mess that is
yeah,
that is that is
Lux,
Lux exactly. Um, and
big Lux,
you
as we
feel like
call
you're
them
making
now.
like basically a flawless argument with help. It's happening right here in front of Lux. Lux is experiencing the magnifying power of help even now as you speak. And you make this compelling argument, and there's a moment where Lux really seems like he's understanding, and he's digesting all of this, and he just no, and he just starts, and he looks up and he's like, "Are you following? What's that?"
We
So
can't let
so
Big Mouth go off without us. We
I
have to follow now.
yeah,
We got to stay with Big Mouth.
Bam Bam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you did not get patient.
that
What's
sucks.
It was a contested role, and
Yeah, no, I knew it was, and yeah, it
he just
happens.
he just guys his way, like in the most like there's this like you had hope. You had, you let you.
Yeah, it was going so well. It was going so well. Now she's
And
kind of like, Big Mouth, I know you're in there. You could have done something to
oh,
I
help
don't know
Lux
that he is
understand.
anymore. I'm
I
starting to
don't know.
wonder.
I'm worried. Yeah,
this
how
is one
is
of those
Big
cases
Mouth?
though where you really can't trust Big Mouth. Like this is one of those situations where Big Mouth might be on Lux's side.
Oh, that's true too.
Like this is one of those situations where Big Mouth might not see things your way because Big Mouth is an idiot.
Yeah, Big Lux is double idiot.
Yeah.
So, all right, Big Lux. I really don't want to follow them because it's like they might run us into some troubles,
Kind of
but
seems that way. It kind of seems that way.
Is there any way I can look ahead?
Actually, there absolutely is, and you know what that way is.
and you could mind meld them, right? Wait, that's not the right thing.
All right,
You
Ripper.
can't do mind melds.
I feel like I'm about to lose my brave before I started, but I'm willing to roll to look ahead.
Yeah, grab your spirit dice. How many spirit dice do you have?
6.
Okay. All right. So basic training, far seeing, psychic. That's 3. What else do you have?
Hmm. For this one, traversal, does this one count because it's
That's
looking
4.
ahead to?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's 4.
We're trying to stay stealthy, so can I use stealth?
Yep. 5.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, because that's one of the parameters of the path we're looking for, right?
Yep.
Is
Yep.
we want it to be
Yeah.
something where we're very hard to be detected.
Yep.
All right. This is a spirit roll, 6 dice, target of 5.
5. Okay.
I'm gonna say you need 3 victories to make this work.
All right. 5.
That's 1.
3.
That's 2.
1.
Great. 3 plus re-roll it.
5.
That's 4.
8.
That's 3.
3.
That's 4.
Where am I? I
You
need
got
one
one
more?
more.
No,
Yep.
2 more. Oh, no, 1 more. Yeah. 4. I'll take it.
Great.
Oh.
5 victories. You know without a doubt that as soon there's going to be a door at the bottom of this tunnel before you enter sort of the the organic area of planet
Space.
Lumina.
Right.
Yep. And Big Mouth is going to kick down that door, and when he does, he's going to get hit in the face with a swarm of spore locusts, which are basically like really big dragonflies.
Oh, the little bugs they told us not to get found by. Great.
Yeah.
Yep, and they will
I think.
attract. They
Oh
will
wait, you're
attract.
seeing ahead of time. You're not actually seeing.
Yep,
Right. I
this is
feel
what
like if I warn Lux, Lux will pay attention to that because that is useful information
Okay, tell
for
Big Lux that.
Lux. Because Lux doesn't want to get caught either.
So Big Lux, our friend Ripper here has some help that she'd like to offer you because she has a unique ability you do not.
I have information that I know to be true that will help you choose a path.
If
Look
the
at
information
her
is
having
relevant, I would already have
information.
it.
There are locusts ahead. How do you plan to avoid them?
Your information is in error.
I need you to leave Big Mouth's body now. We cannot follow this path because there is clear danger. So how can we
like living.
proceed getting our friend back?
Your information about the danger is an error.
You just mind meld him already.
Was
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is brave. If you
Yeah,
want to
it
use it,
is.
and you could.
And my third roll, so I can't fail.
Yep. Well, you can get help potentially. This is something that Bam Bam's already pushing you into. So if you want to get help from Bam Bam on this, I think it's.
Not pushing you, I'm just saying.
No, it is the only course of action
Hey.
that we can see because Lux isn't going to give up Big Mouth, and we can't let Big Mouth get taken.
Bogged into it, yeah.
Even if he would have agreed, even if he doesn't believe me. I mean, I feel like Big Mouth knows enough about Jump Rangers to know that if I say it, he knows it's true.
Well, and
Yes.
out of character, the obvious problem is that Lux is merged with a personality that is not strong enough to resist and offer reason back to the other personality. Like it's
Yeah.
not a true blending.
I assume intentionally.
It's probably like he's a passenger in his own body right now instead of like being like a new life form with Lux,
Right.
Yep.
which would be the most beneficial thing.
Yeah,
But-
it would have been, but that's why Lux didn't choose one of us because Lux could have done all the technical stuff even with
Mhm.
us, but
Lux
did not
knew.
choose one of us because Lux knew.
We were stronger willed. Yeah.
Reasonable
You don't
guess.
mess with the Fems.
All right. So you want to make a mental connection with Lux.
Yes.
Do you want to make a mental connection between all three of you, or just for yourself, or all four of you?
I'll help. I want to be in the mind place.
Okay, I can be the bridge. I can be the bridge. As long
Yeah.
as Lux gets the information in an incontrovertible manner.
Are you connecting with Big Mouth's mind?
I guess I meant it as like a way to assist you, like strengthen yourself more, not
Definitely
necessarily.
not all four of us because Big Mouth is. I don't trust that. Well, I don't trust that they're in there
Okay.
anymore.
Okay. All right.
That
So-
and I'm still. I am 7.
Yep.
There's a lot to control here.
That's fair.
And I
Yeah.
feel like Bam Bam is helpful, and I'm a little worried that that Big Mouth might be a little panicky and not able to control.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a reasonable concern under the circumstances. So
Also, like
This is only my second role in this campaign that is specifically a psychic connection, and both times Big Mouth has been my weak link.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. That's a fair assessment. So,
But I trust Bam Bam.
okay.
So
Yeah.
so what do we
Bam
got
Bam-
going?
You got
Bam Bam
5
just wants
dice.
to help.
You got 5 dice because one goes away for Bam Bam. You have basic training, psychic, not far seeing.
Reversal.
No, because this is just about establishing a communication.
Oh, right. This is just the okay. Let me look again now and see if I can eke something out of. Smart
3.
and shoot. I don't get to use untamed enough. This is not.
I'll give it 4. That's fair.
Yeah.
This is an untamed thing to do. You're connecting to a Lume intelligence through sheer force of will.
All right. That's all I've got then.
Okay, 4. What do you bring into this, Bam Bam?
I'm bringing. I'm definitely basic training, obviously.
Definitely focus.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through my skills first. I almost want to say combat because at this point, like, I've lost patience a little bit, and I am trying to like.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. I understand what you're saying.
It's not like I'm fighting with him directly, but I'm trying to get like I'm having to fight in a way that
Strategy.
he understands.
You're
Strategy.
You're exploiting whatever weakness you can find. I see.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily just trying to like be like see the point of view here, understand what perspective is, and sometimes it's a fight to get people to understand what that concept even is as humans. So yeah, strategy, and I'm fighting on it like a belief. So yeah, strategy, assertive. This is very assertive.
Yep.
Focus.
Yep.
Cool. This
Yep.
is kind of cool.
Yep.
This is pretty
This is
cool.
pretty cool.
Yep.
Like, we're gonna be the first intelligent life to have contact with the Lumen. And yes, I made that joke at Big Mouth's expense out of character, but you know,
And in character.
Yep.
eh,
Okay.
no, oh, she wouldn't say that. He's actually pretty smart with stuff.
All right. You have 5 dice. Your target is 7. You have 1 automatic victory. Now, just as Big Mouth is going back to the tunnel you climbed out of and making his way down the ladder, you put your hand on him and make that connection. Roll your dice.
2.
2 for the first one.
1.
Okay. Did you re-roll it?
Yep. 7.
Okay. So that's
2.
4. Yep.
6.
Yep.
2. 8.
Okay.
3. And where
Okay.
am I? Was that done?
Yep.
Was that the last roll?
Yep. So you're holding Bam Bam's hand. You put your hand out on Big Mouth, and suddenly the world just swirls, and you find
The
yourself
Matrix.
Yep, standing in a void with a solid floor, with Lux essentially a glowing blue outline of a person, and yourself and Bam Bam standing there as well. And you point off to the distance, and Big Mouth turns, or Lux turns, and sees himself as Big Mouth kicking down the door and getting blasted in the face with a swarm of locusts.
All right, you see now?
I'm so glad Bam Bam got to see this. We're gonna have to do this cooperatively every time, so Bam Bam never misses out on the picture.
Bam Bam's like the color of like red. Like dang it! Hi.
So you see Lux turn to you and face you and say, "That is the decision I was making. That is what I was going to do."
And it was the wrong decision.
I know, but
There were-
I could see that.
There were negative consequences to my actions.
Very. For
How is
more
this
than just
possible?
you. Because you lack perspective. Perspective is what we're showing you. We're showing you the perspective
You
of,
may be
of
superior,
Ripper.
but I had information that you did not have access to.
It's okay to be a collective, to be superior together rather than being apart and inferior.
That's how
apart
the
from each
bugs
other.
keep beating everybody else, is because they're a collective.
They're a
even though they're
collective.
not as perfect.
They're a hive. They're a hive mind. Do you know what a hive mind is?
Of course.
It has its benefits, but it also has its drawbacks. Humans do both. We're both an individualistic species as well as a species that sticks together very well when we need to.
But this is not happening. This is not real.
This is
So-
real. This is subconscious.
This information may be an error.
You now have subconscious.
We should conduct an experiment.
What's the experiment?
We should kick down the door and see if there are spore locusts.
Oh, what if we found a different way to get around and observe that door and see if the locusts are on the other side of it without kicking it down and potentially coming to harm? What if we find a route that's safer
I'm gonna
that
like
allows us to observe that outcome without experiencing it?
I'm gonna like approach him physically a little bit in this setting. Like not like in any way like offensive. Just like stand like when you're trying to stand in a circle with people. You're trying to like be next to them.
Okay. You do so. Or we could kick down the door and exterminate the bugs.
Do you have the means to exterminate the bugs?
Not in this space.
Exactly. Then why would you make a bad decision? You're being like really stubborn.
No, in Big Mouth's body, I can exterminate the bugs.
But Big Mouth's body may not perform that task as much as you might hope. Or as well as you might hope.
Well,
Does awareness of the bugs allow you to help you to change the outcome? Does that allow you the enough information that you can still take your path, but behave differently now that you know that the locusts are there?
unless the information is an error, yes.
But if the information is an error, the worst case scenario is that you don't have to take those steps.
Correct.
If the information is correct, you will come to harm if you do not take it seriously.
Well, that's what the
For
experiment is
optimal outcome, you should behave as though the locusts are there, whether you believe the information or not.
I agree.
Because I think that was my last roll for curiosity, for courageous.
Oh, you were
Yeah.
you were courageous. Yeah, you were courageous. What was this? Were you intending for
I
this
think
to
this
be
was
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I called it out beforehand. I was
That's
so
okay.
excited.
Go for it.
No, this is
Yeah,
the
this is your
courageous.
last roll. So you are brave or courageous.
I am
Yay.
brave. Woohoo! Adding that to my talents.
All right. So
Keeping that one in caps, even though I'm not working on it anymore.
Big Mouth is clearly coming up with a plan. Your point, Buster, that Big Mouth might not do the job as well as they want to is valid. So the question is, are you willing to pick up the slack if Big Mouth fails?
I mean, we
Do
kind
we
of
already
have
know
to,
what
but
weapons are effective against locusts since we used our big guns already?
I think weapons don't work very well on them. I think that's the whole thing.
You have electromagnetic projectors in
Oh, it is,
small
yeah.
capsules. They are not weapons that would be effective against spore bugs, but they can be modified.
Oh, I'm always down for a modification.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time. But
Into a trap that would effectively kill spore bugs.
Okay, we can help you build a trap.
And if
I want. I'm kind of gonna like. I'm near him, and I have an idea. Like, I don't know if this works in this place, right? Like, out of character, but I just kind of like you know how like somebody would just like sort of reach out to you, like put a hand on your shoulder, like while they're talking to you. I'm gonna do that to them, but like I'm gonna have a feeling of like great joy, and like I'm literally tuning in like something that makes me very joyous and happy while I do it, to see if it affects them, if it affects them with any kind of emotion in this place of subconscious where like
Lux looks at the hand that you're
it's
putting
almost.
on its shoulder, and then Lux looks at you and says, "Are you attempting to contaminate me?"
How would I contaminate you?
I don't know.
We can't. There's no germs here.
Human is simply another form of communication. It is not contaminating.
Yeah, I'm being cool.
We exercise multiple forms of communication.
But
They
yeah,
come in
but
u-
but
they come
of
in
course I
handy-
withdraw the
useful to
hand.
us.
I withdraw the hand, and I'm like talking with my hands again, and I'm just like, look here. I just don't want to die going down the tunnel, and you're really not listening, and you really don't get it. And I'm being really, I've done my best with you today. So at this point, like, I don't want Big Mouth to die because you can't, because you refuse to listen and
We desire
accept
optimal
truth.
outcome, Lux.
Yeah, we desire the most optimal outcome, which involves not getting bitten in the face by a bunch of stupid locusts killing everything on your freaking stupid planet. Because you know why they're killing everything on your stupid planet? Because exactly this attitude you have right now. This is why y'all can't get it together and beat them. And y'all are like 20 times bigger than us, a billion times bigger than us. It sucks. It sucks. Okay, we're just these tiny little people made of flesh. Just got our whole freaking world like trounced on by your buddies, the dinosaur guys. And here we are, Lux. Here we are. Here I was. Like I was like, oh, this is a really great opportunity for diplomatic relations between our people. For us to maybe have an understanding. But the thing is if you refuse to see and understand why another being would make a choice different than yours and understand perspective, you are your whole race is inferior to us. How
Make a
can you
heart
be
roll. Make a
superior?
heart
How
roll.
can you be superior when you can't even work together to beat something? We've been working together for hundreds of years to avoid dying because you're all too big and mean to us. It's kind of like it just makes me so mad. Okay, I'm making my heart roll. What do I have? I definitely have I think conviction's my next virtue I gotta take up.
Yeah.
Because
That's a
I've
good one.
lost patience.
Yeah, it was.
I had to role play it out that I've lost patience. I don't know. This is definitely combat. She's definitely in combat mode. She's like
Okay.
fighting with him because she's done trying to reason with him. She's just gonna fight with him about it
Basic training
because
combat. That's 2.
not like physically fight,
I
but you know what I
understand.
mean.
I understand.
Basic training, strategy. I don't know if there's much strategy to this.
No,
It's
I'm gonna
just
say no.
yelling and screaming and being mad. There's no piloting here. Yeah, but then okay, let's just skip over to the
Yeah.
virtues because that's where this really matters.
Okay.
I mean, again, assertive,
Yeah, 3,
focus,
4. Yeah.
cool. She is
No,
not cool
you've
right
lost your
now.
cool. You've lost your cool. So you got a
Yeah,
target
I've
of
lost
4.
my
You have your
cool.
heart dice. You go right ahead and roll, and I'm just gonna deal with
Because I know
Lux
Ripper
over.
worked really hard to make this happen, and so for him to not understand the wonder of the subconscious. In fact, like her anger, just like she's just like thinking about things or something, like images and stuff, and like Star Trek, as she's saying all these things, like humankind. So if there's a way for those images to project from her own subconscious into this room, thanks. That would be great.
Okay. Okay.
Very mad right now.
Yeah, I
Her
can
little
tell.
Star Trek, her little Star Trek heart is so mad. It's like
All that optimism that you had when we started this game, Lux has just
I
drained
know.
it out of you. Okay, so 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 go ahead, roll your. What do you have? 5 dice in heart. Is that right? Or 4?
Yeah.
Roll your 5 dice.
No,
Target of
well, 4.
4. 4 dice. Target of 4.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't want to know how many victories Lux got on this.
1.
Lux climbs out of the tube. Like the connection is
I only
broken.
rolled one roll.
Okay, you're not done yet. Okay, keep okay.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay, one,
I was
one,
like, wait.
one.
Okay,
And re-roll
so
it.
1, and then a 2,
That's 2,
and then a 4,
3,
and then a 2.
4.
Do I have anything else to roll?
You have one more die because you got a 1.
Okay. And a 2.
That's 5. That's 5 victories. That's a rock. You made a strong case. For the record, very strong case.
Oh no, for the record sounds bad. I'm barely maintaining this connection. You can't be doing this to me.
Lux breaks the connection. And you're all standing
Of
there.
course.
You're all standing there by the elevator. Lux steps out of the elevator, puts his hand on your shoulder, and says, "It's going to be okay." And then starts climbing down the tube.
What? Is that the end of the freaking episode now?
Lux has made an effort to reassure you. Which is
That means Lux
growth.
learned something.
Yes.
Lux
They
learned
learned
something.
something.
Yes, he did.
That
Not-
is something.
Not quite what we had in mind.
Nope.
Ripper's super excited about it because, Ripper's smart, but Ripper's still 7. Bam Bam's not as excited because Bam Bam feels dissed.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, Bam Bam's
totally-
definitely like,
Yeah.
is this sincere?
I'm going to be positive about this. This is going to work. Oh, Lux is sincere. That I believe, because Lux is not going to expend energy on being insincere.
Yes.
That's fair.
But Ripper hasn't thought through the fact that sincerity
It's not smart.
does not equal
it's still the same outcome. He's still going to the door, but
Right.
now
Yeah.
there's a new plan. There's a new plan, which is better than the old plan. He's not just going to kick down the door.
It's gonna at least let us observe.
Well, he's going to build a trap and try and zap as many of the bugs. He's going to build a bug zapper.
Well, okay, that's fine.
But
Be a bug zapper. Be a bug zapper, and then we can shoot at the door or something, make them come out. I don't know. That's better. That's much better. So, yeah, let's rig that up.
Clearly, Ripper needs to either pull up spontaneity or optimism as her next, because
Yeah.
she's got to make a way to make this work for her, because she's gonna do those things either way. It's gotta.
Yeah, and Bam Bam will kind of like as we're kind of falling behind him for a second, be like, "Hey, are you okay? Like, how are you feeling? Like, because she probably understands that like sidekick abilities are not like something that you just like throw around, right? Willy nilly. It's not like So she's wondering how you're doing.
All right, I'm calling it. Ingenious is my thing to work on next time,
oh, good
since
one.
I got my thing this time.
Good one.
Heck yeah.
Ingenuity.
Write it down.
I
Genius.
did.
Okay, good.
I did. I added it. I added it to my little note app because I always lose my paper.
Yep.
But I'll
Oh,
never
yeah.
lose my phone.
All right.
Actually, my phone has an AirTag on it. Like it's findable.
So this should work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's right. Okay, great. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a target of 5. Does anybody want to help with this roll? Does anybody have any skills that are going to help build a bug zapper?
Strategy.
Yep. Okay. Strategy, basic training.
Yeah.
Focus.
mhm.
Don't you have focus?
Focus.
Doesn't focus
Yeah.
help with threat building? I got nothing,
Focus.
so all I can do, I'm memorizing Bam Bam's virtues.
I know. I know yours most of the time. It's funny. But yeah, that's all I got, really.
Assertive should count, because Bam Bam's going to have to be assertive to even have Lux allow them to participate.
I'll allow it.
So I think assertive should count.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got. That's all I can help with.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm still showing him what help is.
Yep.
I'm gonna assist you.
Okay. 1.
Oh, look, we did it faster and better. Oh, isn't that great?
God, I hope these rules work now.
Wow.
Oh God. Oh God,
wow.
no.
6.
Please be
5.
good. Please
That
be good.
was
Wow.
good. That was 5 ones.
Oh,
Heck yeah.
okay.
Build the crap out of this thing.
What number?
'Cause I
can't
helped.
even see that.
Because I helped.
All right.
All because I helped.
It's because I didn't help.
So
It's because I stayed out of it.
so Big Mouth collects all of the what you call them, the scramblers that
Yeah.
everybody has, much like you guys did with the with the boomers earlier. He takes them all
great.
apart. He takes out all the projectors and all the little claws and just puts these little tripods all over the base inside of the bottom of the elevator shaft.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And wires them all up into basically a little, electromagnetic chamber.
Okay.
And firing your winches,
Yeah.
the 3 of you.
Skedaddle?
You don't even need to leave necessarily. You just, well, I guess you probably do. Yeah, you're going to winch yourself up. And he wires the door. He uses his octanator, wires it to the door so that he can open the door from a distance. And you winch yourselves up out of the bug chamber. Now, he has a body of 5 dice. It's not going to be that hard for him, but he just needs to not botch. Yeah. Presses the button. The door shoots open, and sure enough, there is a swarm, a good-sized swarm of of locusts, big, fat, rainforest-looking dragonfly creatures, zoom right in, and immediately you just see the scramblers light up and just create like a lightning storm in the chamber below you and just start frying bug every which way. Let's see if any of these locusts are able
We should have
to.
asked if this would work more than once.
Maybe it will.
Oh, these poor little guys. We're just gonna see if any of these guys are smart enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah. No.
Yay. Yay.
And then, sure enough, like eventually they spit her out. It takes a little while. You know what I mean? This whole thing was jury rigged, so there's a moment or two where like you're like, oh, it's done, and then it's not done. There's a couple of little arcs here and there, and Lux waits another minute just to see if there's any additional discharges, and then drops his food pack before descending himself. When the food pack hits the ground safely, Lux descends to the ground.
Okay, well, we follow.
And at this point, you have a clear path to the meeting area. You find these tunnels. These tunnels have rooms off to the sides. This is clearly like an industrial, like less. It's there's housing here. There's all kinds of resources available off of these tunnels, but they're not. These aren't. The architecture here isn't nice. This isn't a nice place to live, even considering the fact that it's been in decay and disrepair for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah, so along the way, kind of hitting a big Lux saying, what happened to the people that used to live here?
They got
What
better.
happened to... So you are directly descended from them, or you were created by them?
I was one of them.
Okay, explain how that works.
What would you like to know?
Well, I mean, if you were one of them, like, is your brain or something stored some like what? Like, did you used to be an organic being and now you are not?
Yes.
Really? I mean, like, really?
Yes.
Okay, what was life like for organic Lux?
Smelly.
What?
Life was smelly for organic Lux.
And what did your people look like?
Perfect. We had bodies. We had
Were you like
arms
carbon
and legs,
based?
scales.
Okay, so you're reptilian, maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be smelly.
What
Nux was musky.
Yes.
what was like? So you had like you like created young, and then you propagated a species and all that.
Yes.
Like kind of not normal, but like some other things do.
Yes.
Okay, so like, did you have like how tall were you?
I was. Uh, Lux takes a moment to access Big Mouth's
Yeah.
mind. What I don't know the metric system, so I'm just gonna say Lux was 5.
Yeah, just like puts a hand up or something
Yeah,
or
Lux,
somewhere.
I was
Yeah,
this
yeah.
60
Yeah.
inches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you like what? Did
That's
you
not
have
very
like
big.
did you have like a sex or gender constructs or anything
No.
like that?
No.
Okay. How did you like? How did you have kids? How did you make babies? Where babies come from?
We laid eggs, and those
Okay,
eggs would
like
be
Where do your babies come from now?
from the batteries.
so. Are your okay? So you used to be a reptilian person.
Yes.
Was your name always Lux?
No.
What was your name?
I don't remember.
Why don't you remember?
It's irrelevant.
Why is it irrelevant though?
I was inferior.
He got better.
I'm not gonna ask you why you were inferior at that time because I know it's gonna be like a really long answer that I don't want to hear for like 15 years. So,
I was weak.
well, why? Because you didn't have a metal body or something?
Yes.
But let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, and you be honest with me right now, Lux.
Mhm.
Would you be in the predicament with these hive creatures as bad if, like, maybe you weren't so unnatural to your world now?
No. No.
So
Yes.
they
Yes. Yes. That's the answer. Is yes.
so
Sorry.
they still would have like killed you and stuff. I mean, I know they do that,
They were killing us.
but
Why do you think we left?
they, so these locust guys have been like killing y'all for like centuries.
Yes.
That's terrible.
That sucks. I'm really sorry to hear that.
We escaped them.
Right, but you
But did you?
became something
Yes.
unnatural on another world just to get like, punked by them again, bruh.
The looms
Yeah,
weren't
they're
made to exist on worlds anymore.
Right, but why are you on this one? Why are you like your people obviously existed on this one enough that you have to go get Spark.
I am going to get Spark.
Yeah, you are going to get Spark, but like how long Spark been here?
Uh,
Was Spark like your partner or
250
something?
years.
Okay, so you knew Spark
you
after
are
you.
really old.
Yeah, you're super old.
No.
You couldn't be one of us, by the way. Like you wouldn't be allowed to be a jump ranger. I don't know if you know that. But you wouldn't be allowed. You're too old. You're like 5 of my dad. Cuz my dad's like old and you're like 5 times older than him. How many
I'm
grandkids do
sorry. I
you
said
have?
Spark. I said Spark has been here for 250 years. That's a lie. Actually, that's the wrong number. I should have. It's more than 1,000. It's more than 1,000 years.
So Spark, you and Spark are 1,000?
Yes.
Y'all are like 20 of my dads.
Yep. Yes.
But like, how are you 1,000 years old and you're still so stupid?
I feel like that one's fair. Yeah.
How are you 1,000 years old and you don't understand what it means to even know what help is? Like, I learned that when I was 2.
Well, I have a question.
Now we're keeps picking on 1,000-year-old.
Now you were made better, right?
Yes.
And you did that all by yourself?
No.
So others participated in all of your people becoming better.
Yes.
That's help.
That's help. God.
When you all participate together to make something better, that's help. So you do know what help is.
Yeah.
You just need to learn where to take help from.
Suddenly, you find Lux to be very quiet. And
Oh
Lux
man.
traverses the rest of the distance to your rendezvous in silence. And eventually you find your way to what appears to be some kind of maybe market square or resource distribution center of some kind. And stepping out from the shadows of what might be a storefront or a warehouse or who knows what is a 50-year-old woman with gray hair, hard features, wearing a breather, much like yourselves, weapon slung over her back, takes a look at you and says, I can't believe it. You're really here. And
We are. It's great.
that's the end of the day. That's the end of the game
It's
for today.
And somewhere in there, Ripper nudges Bam Bam and says, All right. I don't know that they'll listen, but we got them to shut up.
What's
Gosh, oh my god, I can't
I'm
tell
used to
you
being
how
in charge
much.
of everything, and I gotta tell you, Lux being in charge is chafing on my 7-year-old hiney.
Like I was like, okay, Lux is pretty dumb for something that's 250 years old, but if they've lived in only their own culture, I totally get it. Like they only know
1,000
their
years will
but
crystallize everything down to a
1,000
real.
years? Like, how has your species survived if you can live that long and be that stupid?
by brute forcing every single thing, and by having no dissent.
To the
Right.
to the point of where they don't even actually need anything to survive.
Yes.
They just sort of exist without subsisting.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's just such a great life.
Yep.
It's so
Man,
sad, though.
they better make him some good food while he's over there at this place, because I swear.
Chocolate was the first crack
Yeah.
in the
Yep.
shell.
Yep.
Yeah, you never know. He might be a salty guy. He might be a salty
Now you
robot
know.
guy.
Now you know the Lume actually made themselves what they are in order to get out of this war.
That was really cool to find
That's
out.
so sad,
And
though.
to be able to call them so
Makes-
stupid, though, is awesome.
It made me so sad. Like
It made
you
me sad,
literally
but
made
also, like, from a kid's perspective, I feel like a kid's like, what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? You're 1,000. You're this stupid. What? You don't even know what help is? Like, really
No,
tapped into it at the end.
You did some great role playing.
Oh my
You did some great
god.
role playing. In fact, let me offer you a role playing reward here, Bam Bam, and hit you with. I'm gonna go ahead and give you incredulous. It's not what you were looking for, and it's not as useful. It's not nearly as useful. But if you can find
It'll
a
get
situation,
used.
but if you can find a situation where being incredulous helps you, you put incredulous under your virtues. You have
Frankly, I love that
Okay.
one, so guaranteed River's gonna be fighting for that one a lot.
I think that's
Excuse me?
Yep.
That is not an acceptable outcome.
I think I need to put it in the rule system that there needs to be like role playing rewards.
I think so too.
And that's exactly
That was
how
so good.
That's how you
I
do
was
it.
like, if I can't have patience, I have to like play it like I lost my patience because that's funny.
You did great. You did great. You did some great role playing, and your reward is you get this very situationally useful virtue.
Yeah, very specific, only very specifically useful.
You get a storyteller picked virtue as opposed to a player picked virtue.
Yeah, that's actually cool. I like that. That's actually a good thing to
Guaranteed that one's gonna get fought for.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was funny.
In fact, I'm learning that I'm better at fighting for Bam Bam's virtues than I am for my own. I
know, right? And what I liked with you today too was like you were like backing her up. Like you were like, okay, here's a new way to explain this to them.
Oh yeah, Liz, you were
she tried for sure too. Like
yep.
I'm working on my I'm learning from Bam Bam. I'm working on my skills of persuasion.
It was good. It was a good game. Did everybody have fun today?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Good. Well, anybody who's catching this video on Twitch should know that the backlog. This is session 6 of the rookies. Sessions 0 through 5 are all on the YouTube channel at youtube.com/@JumpRangers. You can find us there at all times. You can find Buster's Twitch account at twitch.tv/Buster the Destroyer. That's what it says. Yeah, it's so tiny. I don't have my glasses on. And Liz's comic can be discovered and pre-ordered today. Don't miss it at StudioMetropolisInc.com. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week. Don't be a stranger, Ranger.